What I wanted to do is talk about taking accountability for your trading success, and no slides, no notes, no lists, but just seeing what I've noticed and speaking to different people. I do a lot of one-on-ones. Um, I did a lot of one-on-ones. I toned it down because I prefer trying to help 20 people at a time or 50 people at a time than 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour is limited amount of people I can help. So um, I had two one-on-ones this past week. And not like either one of them made me upset in any way, but one of them was two people who, have been pretty much trading for just about a year, working on trading. They've been coming on the Zooms, they've been studying and learning. Was talking to them, and I was, like both of them, I was like, yeah, I just wanted to stick, I'm trying to figure out, like, is there something, I don't know, maybe I'm doing too many things, you know, and maybe like I'm doing so much that it makes it hard to just focus on one thing because we got so many different traders doing so many different things, so many different classes, and so many different Zooms. And it's like it's overwhelming. And they both had two different perspectives. One of them said, well, Jordan, what you need to do is set this up and then do this and then do that and then do this class and then make this course and then make this training and then make a channel for this, right? And so on and so forth. A lot of things that they said I needed to do, which, there's always, for the most part, there's always some type of improvement anybody can make with anything, right? I'm sure with the group, there's some things I could have done better as I've been trying to do things. But the second person was like, well, man, you do a lot, and maybe this or that could help. But the reality of it is, I didn't get to where I wanted to get to this year because I didn't want it enough. And they said I didn't want it more than I wanted to XYZ, right? I didn't want to take action on this. You threw out different things I could do. You threw out accountability partners for trades. I didn't want to do an accountability partner, right? You threw out making a trading plan, getting a trading journal, creating a trading system, reviewing it week after week, right? You threw out asking questions on the calls, but I was too nervous. I didn't want to get over that nervousness to just get my question answered, right? So, what's up, Kamal? What's up, Kia? So those two different perspectives made me start thinking, because I already know that I do a lot and I put out a lot, and that can kind of go either way, right? It can be overwhelming for some and push them away, and there's others who can latch on and say, "Dang, I could take advantage of all this," but I have to make a structured way for me to flow through it. And and I thought, if you don't do everything you can to get what you want, one, you can't blame anybody else for you not getting what you want. But two, you can't expect anybody else to give you more than what you want or put in more on what you want than you, right? And so when I say that, what I'm saying is, to each person on this call or each person who listens to this recording is, it's a new calendar year coming up. People set goals. I set weekly goals and daily goals, hourly goals. I don't just set a New Year's resolution. Like, I set goals for almost any damn timeline you can kind of think of. But I want you guys to, in setting your goals, not just set them, but also truly list out what things you need to do to achieve those goals, right? And then how you're going to do it and what things you can do. Just brain dump, right? I want to hit this target. Okay. What different things go into that? And that can be Zooms, trade journals, trade systems, accountability partners, joining multiple groups, deleting some of the groups because it's just too much and you're not looking at them anyway. That could be doing, 1 hour of charting a day and 1 hour of research a day or 1 hour of studying a day. That can be going through some courses that you bought, but you haven't finished, right? That can be talking to the creator of the courses if you have access to them. That could be trying to find one stock market person you can have a one-on-one with each month. Tons of people on Instagram. I don't know if they're all valid, but if you can get a one-on-one appointment, even if it's 15 minutes, right? or it's low cost. You know what I'm saying? And it's worth, hey, if their one-on-one is $20 for, 15 minutes, if I get something out of it, it can make me 500, 10,000, however many, right? It can make me money. Or if I don't get nothing out of it, I'll lose $20, right? But whatever you can do, just dump it all out. Okay. One of the things when we had this Zoom, I want to say it was yesterday, one of the things that BW said, because I asked BW what he did or what he felt like was so different from him that BW was able to grasp on and take advantage of and start implementing a lot of the things that we taught, right? Because a lot of stuff he got was from Moody and me in that boot camp, right? And there's people who have gained stuff without being in boot camps. But he said it was sacrificing discipline through his story, right? He said, I was doing this, but I don't even watch TV anymore. Because when I was watching TV and I was like, damn, like I could have been on the charts. Not to give up TV completely, right? I personally don't watch TV, but right, the point is there's also going to be some sacrifices you make. One of the things that has helped me get to where I've gotten in such a small time frame, and the things I continue to do in such a small time frame, is because I look at almost everything and compare the opportunity cost, right? And the opportunity cost is essentially by saying yes to this, what am I saying no to, right? So if I'm saying yes to trading, for example, if I'm saying yes to doing this Zoom right here at 8:00 Friday night, or the fact that I do a Zoom every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, I'm saying yes to helping y'all get better, pouring into the people, trying to make some people some money, all of that, right? Helping people grow. And I'm saying no to, hey, Jordan, you want to go hang out? Hey, Jordan, let's go to the bar. Hey, Jordan, let's go watch the game. Hey, Jordan, let's do this. Sleeping, whatever, right? Family, I don't miss family functions sometimes because I'm like, yo, I gotta do this, or I'll step outside and I'll do a Zoom from my car, right? So in that, you have to accept that there's going to be sacrifices you have to make, but you have to look at the long game too, and just the importance of what you're trying to accomplish, because it's more important to most of y'all. I realistically, right? Like loving basketball, for example, or basketball or loving basketball, right? If you missed watching a whole season of basketball games, but instead of that, right, say you watch the Bucks and there's like 82 games in the season, right? Instead of you watching that 82 games that last an hour long or however they last, say you put all, let's say 82 hours into your trading, right, into your research and studying. Now you have 82 additional hours of knowledge, of practice, of skill set. The Bucks gonna have another season next year, but you're not gonna be able to make the same type of money that you're gonna be able to make next year, because if you watch the games, right, you can still watch the games next year. Now you know how to trade for a living, though. Now you hitting your trading goal. What's more important, Giannis or you getting to your trading goal? Right. So I say that to say, for this next year, write your goal down, write your targets down, write down the different things that go into them, write down the different people that you can lean on as you go through them. And write down, what you're going to do differently. Assess why you didn't hit your goals, right? If I didn't hit any of my goals this year, and one of them, I really only had like one big overall goal. It was kind of one split into two. I knew it was going to go either way. But I didn't hit my goal this year in regards to business. And my business coach, I had a call with her 2 days ago, and she got on my head. She got on my head. And the reason was, it was because she was like, Jordan, every time we talk, I didn't even know what state you was in. You always somewhere else. You always traveling. You always here. We had a meeting. You was in Cali. We had a meeting. You were in, West Virginia. We had the next call. You were in Maryland. Then you was in Florida. She was like, I can't tell how you gonna actually get these goals that you say you want if all you doing every time I see you, you just traveling. I know you're not focused on the goals, right? I know you're not trying to get things done how you need to be with the intensity that you need to be putting into them to get to the goal, right? So, with that being said, you have to take that into account as well, right? So, what goals do y'all have? Y'all can put them in the chat. If y'all already know, as far as your trading goal for 2023, what is your goal? What are you trying to accomplish? Is it a dollar amount? Is it a skill set? Right. And that's one of the things that can help you as well when you start shifting your focus from a dollar amount to building the skill. Right. Think about it. People playing professional sports, they're not focused on, hey, I'm trying to work on throwing 100 touchdown passes this season. Right. The skill is I need to work on seeing the field better, identifying the best receiver to throw it to, and making sure I throw it in the right spot for my man to make the grab. I need to work on reading the defenses better. Those are the things that are going to lead to you getting that end result. But you got to start working on the actual habit, the traits, the characteristics that are going to then carry over into what you're trying to get. Right. For me, it's not next year trading, or it's partly, right, I want to make 200,000 with trading, right? But aside from that, I'm like, okay, what does that mean? All right, Jordan, you need to start looking at the chart and letting the chart be the chart and not being tied to what you want the chart to do or what position you're already in. I did that right one day this week where I got Apple calls for the swing. It started going against me. I switched to puts because I saw a bear setup. I got the puts, made 100% on the puts, lost 30% on the calls. All right, but then today we had a bullish setup on SPY and SPX, and I did have SPY calls, and I got SPX calls after I got these puts. But I tried to snipe puts in the middle of something I knew was going up. All right, and so that's part of me, and I understand that thing that I do wrong, that flaw, is something that can potentially keep me from that goal. So I need to identify that. Right? Identify and isolate these things that are holding you back from your goals, because it's always something. Right? So we have goals, and I see y'all, appreciate y'all, drop them in the chat. Right? So you then need to look at what is the process necessary. What have you been doing wrong? What have you been doing right? And then how can you reduce the amount of times you do this thing that's wrong? And how can you increase the amount of times you do something that's right? Right? For me, just like my trading situation, I know that if I'm trading on a Zoom with somebody, or somebody's with me, or somebody's next to me, or whatever, they will be like, Jordan, Moody did it today. He was like, yeah, going up, right? And I still called those puts, knowing that the overall trade, like I was looking for the move up. I called out the move up and everything, but I still tried to snipe puts for some reason. Right. So for me, I'm like, all right, cool. I can send these charts in, maybe I do a Zoom with somebody. Right. And I have done those things before. So I have to identify, how do I resolve this one thing? And yes, I did say, don't get in this trade unless you are willing to let it go to zero. I said that when I called it out because I knew I was doing wrong, but I was really trying to snipe that put entry. Right. But I also followed it up. And so this is me adjusting for my flaw, because I did get in calls before, caught the leg up, and then I also got in SPX calls after, right? So I did catch the move. I just was sniping puts. I didn't, that put was unnecessary, right? So I make up for my flaws and my losses, but I did take a trade that was unnecessary because it wasn't a bear setup. It was bullish, right? So for you, if it is, next year I want to finish with a profit. Next year I want to recover my losses. Next year I want to be a full-time trader. Next year I want to master the mental side of trading and discipline. Next year I want to become consistently profitable and develop discipline. I want to have consistency in a set strategy. I want to grow my account and get at least 15% daily. I want to understand enough to not have to go back to work in 2024. I want to be consistently profitable, right? If you know that's what you want, then now I need you to identify what it is that you need to do so that you can make that happen. Because having the goal itself isn't going to get you the result. Right? Everybody wants to make money. Everybody want $1 million for the most part, right? Everybody want $1 million. Everybody want to make six figures. Everybody want to, do all this stuff. But the big difference between the people who got it legally and the people who got it or didn't get it is just you looking at, did you do the things that lead you to it, right? I have talked about my own story. I lost a lot of friends, a lot of friends because I was making the sacrifices. I wasn't going and hanging out. I wasn't going to the mall. I was that for what person when you said, hey, let's do this. For what? For what, bro? You want me to come? How long am I supposed to be over there with y'all? So you want me to come out to this party for 2 hours, then go to this other party after, then go to the bar after. And sometimes, I just meet them at the bar, right? Because the way I would think about it is, if I spend these 5 hours doing this, that's 5 hours less than me doing this thing that's building me up. And at the end of the day, I'm going to have to put that 5 hours in at some point. There's a certain amount of time that you're going to have to do a certain thing to get to that goal. And what's more important is a certain amount of reps that you have to do with that thing to get to that goal, and good reps, right? Just like if you was going to leave your house that you in right now or wherever you at and go to the store, no matter how you cut it, you have to go a certain distance to get to that store. And you can sit around all day and play on your phone and play Candy Crush and sit and play the Xbox and go watch the basketball game and go bake you a cake and then go lay down and then go watch Netflix. You still ain't got to the store, right? At some point, you're going to have to take the steps to get to that thing, right? So if you know that you want to get these goals that you all put in the chat, if you know you want to accelerate your trading, you want to get better, you want to get deeper, you want to get this and that, I want to leave my job, I want to make a certain amount of money, right? You have to take those steps. And so what I'm asking you to do is, with yourself, address what sacrifices you need to make, what changes, what swaps, like Kia said in the chat. I replaced TV with YouTube videos about trading this week, right? Swap it out. Swap it out. I got rid of my TV when I was a freshman in college. I said, damn, bro, this TV, it's something I could be doing. I could be reading. I could be in the gym. I could be doing something. There's something I could be doing. But I know this TV is not taking me where I want to go. And I know it's certain places I'm trying to get to. All right. If you cool where you at, stay where you at. If you cool with where you at, keep doing the same stuff you doing. But if you want different for yourself, then you have to take a different approach than what you're doing. Otherwise, you would already be there. You doing the same stuff you're doing now isn't going to get you a different outcome. Right? It's not. All right. So that, and also looking at yourself, assess yourself, end of the day, end of the week, end of the month, end of the hour, midday. All right. Assess yourself. Hey, damn. I do this with myself every day. Check my watch. Damn, bro, it's 12 o'clock. What have I done? Okay, I did a watch list. I called a couple trades. Okay, I went to the gym, fixed some breakfast, got some stuff laid out, responded to my DMs. Okay, keep it moving. Okay, cool. Dang, what have I done? I snoozed. I ate breakfast. And yeah, Yeah, see, okay, well, dang, Jordan, you better make up for it second half of the day, bro. All right. So do that with yourself. Middle of the week, how's my trading been going? Oh, I'm negative for the week. Why? Let's not just roll past losses and not assess what went wrong and how we can fix it. Where in the process is wrong, right? Even with the wins, let's not just say, oh man, I won on this. Cool. Right. But look at it, study them, study the wins, study the losses. Right. I study my exits and my entries on winners and losers. I had an Apple swing. I got out at 9:51 or 10:51. The higher day ended up being the candle right before I got out. Right. And I was like, yo, damn, I got out right at high day. And then it reversed completely. That day, the whole market flipped in the middle of the day. All right. Assess these things so that you can improve. All right. Look at your entries. If you notice your stocks, when you get in your trades, you keep going down 10%, 15%, go look at it. Don't just roll over and be like, oh, well, when I get in stuff, it's just going to go down 10%, 15%. Nah. Wait on the pullback on your entry. Wait on the pullback to support. Wait on the pullback to resistance. If you buying on the breakout and you get a big breakout candle, chances are it might come back down. So maybe you can adjust by waiting on the retest. Maybe you adjust by going in a quarter position. Then when it pulls back and retests, then you go in with the bigger part of your position. And then you can catch the bounce. Or go in half position. I like to go half. And then if it just keep going and don't pull it back, still got half, right? But you got to start looking at these things on a more frequent basis so that you can make the shifts necessary. If you only critique yourself one time out the month, how many chances per month do you have at improving? Put in the chat. Simple. It's simple, but I gotta get it to you. If you critique yourself one time out the month, how many times out the month do you have a chance to adjust and improve? Put it in the chat. It's simple. It's simple. It's simple. I only got one person listening to me right now. Okay. Maybe the chat lagging a little bit. Okay. Y'all rocking. Right. Exactly. One. Right. It's simple. And so it's easy. And that's why, it's obviously one you put it in the chat, but like to truly get it into yourself where you say, yo, if I check myself like most people do, they do one New Year's resolution and that's it. And they go the whole year and they lose the New Year's resolution middle of January. And then that's it. And they just relive the same year that they lived the previous year. Right. If you check yourself once every month, you getting better 12 times out the year. You can shift 12 times out the year. You can improve and adjust 12 times out the year. If you just do it once at the end of the year, you only make a shift once per year. Right. Most people fail their New Year's resolutions within the first or second month. What if you did that every single month? Now, instead of having 2 weeks that are real, yeah, I'm going to the gym, I'm gonna wake up early. Yeah. Now you're doing that every month. Even if you only sustain it for 2 weeks, right? Now, half the year, you own your stuff. Half the year. That's a lot better than just being on your stuff for like little right here at the beginning of the year and then maybe at the middle of the year, right? What if you do it once a week though? What if once a week you were like, okay, cool, man, it's Friday. This was a good week. All right, Jordan, how'd you do on this, man? You know you're supposed to be doing this. What'd you do? Okay, yeah, you went to the gym every day, but did you do that? Did you pray? Oh, man, dang. Okay, next week I got to make sure I bump that up on my priority list and make sure I get my head right. Right? No, man, I ain't hit my trading goal for this week. Okay, why, bro? Let's look at it. What can I change next week? All right. And so now I have 52 times that I'm improving and adjusting and learning about myself so that I can become a better version of me. I'm not waiting no damn New Year's to get better. That is crazy. All right. New month, new week. What about every day? All right. What about every day? Where you at the end of the day, you say, all right, cool. Yo, it's Tashambi, man. Yeah, today was straight. I did this, I did that. I was supposed to get this done. Why didn't I get that done? Oh, that's because I did this and that, right? Me personally, my problem is phone calls. Monday, I took 22 phone calls. I didn't get everything done that I was planning to get done Monday because I took 22 phone calls. That's me, right? So now I have times where I put my phone on D&D. I got two phones for that reason before I ended up using it as a business phone. It's like, bro, I didn't even give certain people my second phone number. And that way, when I don't want to be bothered, or I know, because I know me, I need to put a safety block in place so that I don't allow these calls to come in and pull me away. One phone go on airplane mode to get turned off. Other phone is on if I need it. Cool. Right. But you have to do that for yourself and say, okay, my thing is I need to do this, but whatever, I need to go to the gym. But in the morning, I don't be feeling like getting all my gym stuff together. Keep your gym bag in your car. Pack it the night before. Boom. Now all you gotta do is roll out the bed. I don't be feeling like rolling out the bed. Get you a stupid, annoying alarm clock that you put across your room. If you stay by yourself, put your alarm clock in a whole different room. Put it in the kitchen. Now you up. You gotta walk all the way to the kitchen. Some people might get back in the bed, but you gave yourself a better chance of staying up, right? Maybe you put it next to a glass of water or whatever. I don't know, right? But you do something for yourself. Do something to set yourself so that you can go ahead and get the results you're looking to get. Okay. So what are we leaving this with so far? Getting better every day, right? Get better every day. Assess yourself daily. I've gotten to a point where a lot of times I'm assessing myself twice a day. Midday, yo, it's 12. What have I done? I've set alarms where it's like a check-in with myself, right? Are you on task? If I know I got a busy day, I'm setting alarms that are you focused? If I'm distracted, scrolling through Instagram on my phone, there's gonna be this big alarm that come up and say, why are you not focused? I'm like, ah, damn. Right. Right. So getting better, if you can get down to the point where you're assessing yourself daily, now you're giving yourself a chance to improve and make adjustments in your life on a daily basis. Right. And that's going to get you closer to your goals than adjusting yourself on a yearly basis. If you're in a field that's competitive, you're also giving yourself a big push above the competition. Because if I'm improving twice a day or once a day, and you improving once a week, if I'm improving once a day, I'm still going to be 7 times better than you by the end of the week. And that just going to compound over the year. Right. So if y'all got anything, y'all can feel free to unmute. I'm going to stop that recording as my